Hello and welcome you all to this class of mine. Today I'm here with the new chapter, chapter 3rd, Deep Waters, written by William Douglas. Let me tell you about this chapter. This piece of writing has been taken from William Douglas' original work, that is of Men and Mountains. This Men and Mountains is an autobiography of William Douglas, and this piece of writing has been taken from there only. So let us now uh, know more about this chapter. First, I will give you a character sketch. The chief character here is, of course, as it is an autobiography, so the chief character is the writer himself. So let's have some more idea of the writer and his life. William Douglas was born in Maine, in Minnesota, in America. He started his career as a teacher, worked in school for 2 years, and after that he changed his profession and went to legal service. And there he met American President Roosevelt and became his personal advisor. Uh, Towards the end of his career, he was justice and remained here in this post for long, so long that he became the longest serving justice in the history of courts. We're talking about the theme of this story. It's about water, as it is about water. So the theme is about the fear of water and its conquest, the fear that the author developed, and the ways and measures he took to conquer this fear. So, talking about this chapter again, I'll first try to give you the summary. And this summary, this chapter can be broadly divided into 3 sections, 3 parts. The first part involves his development or the fear that he developed of water. So let's see when he developed this fear and what is said more about it. So in the first section we're going to learn about this. So here what is said, the author, when was 3 or 4 years of age, he went to California Beach with his father, and there the incident changed his life, his perception of water, and there came a complete shift, a full shift, complete shift of his idea of waters. He started to fear it. When he was 10 or 11, after a long gap, after a gap of some 5-6 years, when he was say 10 and 11, he was attracted towards water and decided to learn to swim. As he lived there in Yakima, there was a river, Yakima River, and that was the natural way to learn swimming. That was a natural place to learn swimming. But mother was not in favor of it because of its dark history of casualties of drowning. So he went for the second option, that was the YMCA pool there. So the first day, always very interesting. Always you are very excited about it. So the first day, as he came into the water, as he came into it, it revived the old memories of the terror of water and its terror. But Soon he overpowered it, gathered courage, mustered courage, and overpowered this fear, copied his friends, and took all the lessons very nicely and very carefully. Once, one day, he was earlier, as he was quite excited about it, so he went earlier to the pool. He was all alone there, sat at the edge of it, at the edge of the pool, and then there came a bruiser, a ruffian, a hooligan, and he tossed him into water. Went down. As he was going down, he was not completely out of his head. That was, he was not completely overpowered or seized by terror. So he planned his course of action. Decided that as he hit the bottom, he would hit it hard to full of his force, to full of his power, all the power he had, and then he would come out like a cork, like like a light object. But all such things or things as he thought did not happen. He came out very slowly, coming and going down very very slow, and he was now wanting for bread. The bread, he was exhausted, was out of bread, out of bread. So, desperate to come out, was coming out of it slowly and gradually. And when he was about to come, he decided that he would grab something solid and then flap his legs and his hands and reach to the edge of the pool, and so ultimately come out of it. But nothing as such happened. When he came to the surface of water, only his nose and eyes came out of it. Then he just looked for air. He just was sucking air, but as he sucked air, water also went in, and he swallowed some water. As nothing was there to grab, he started to go down once again. Second time there was the descent, and now this time, as he was already out of bread, this time he took a little bread, and now the head and the heart, both, that is the lung and the heart and the head, everything started to show signs of strain. He got uh, he got terrorized by this. The terror was winning him over. Now, this time also, he decided to do the same. He didn't lose heart, decided to do the same, and did the same, and came up as usual, very gradually, very slowly. Thought of grabbing the same, shouted inside water, but nothing, no one there to hear him. Now, second time again, the same thing happened, came out of water, only the nose and the eyes, not the mouth. Again, swallowed some water, again, he gasped, he sucks air, and with that, water also went in. This time, he gave up, completely gave up. Hands and legs were all legs, and he gave up. He was overpowered by all this strain and fear and all. So the third time, when he started to go down, as he was going down, he was broken down and he collapsed. He became unconscious, went into the world of oblivion. Next thing he remembered was that he was on the surface, that is, he was on the at the edge of the pool and lying on his stomach and was vomiting. So from here he was taken to the locker room by the same bruiser and some others, and then from there he was taken to his home. Here he was very weak, and he was very uncomfortable, very uneasy. He felt uneasy, uneasiness uneasiness gripped him. So this is the first part. And the second part, uh, he took some steps to remove this fear. And to do this, to remove this fear, well, the first thing happened was after some time, after a few years, what happened? Um, when he went to waters with his friends, he could not enjoy with them. Say the friends went for boating, canoeing, fishing, and all. He couldn't enjoy all these activities with his friends. So finally, he decided to remove this fear of water and hired a professional trainer who came and trained him with spatial equipments and spatially designed workouts for him, training for him. And gradually all this started in the month of October, and by April he was fully ready. He was now complete he had become a complete swimmer. The trainer said, "My work is over, my job is done, and you are not a complete swimmer." But he was not convinced. So, as he was not convinced, so he continued to hone his skills, he continued to sharpen his skills, and continued to practice till July. After that, he took an obvious step and went to. For these months, he swam all alone at the pool, went the full length of it, both sides. Both sides he went at the pool. So there he realized that, well, the fear was now out of him. The fear was gone, but he was not fully convinced again. This time he went to a lake which was situated between two islands. He went across this lake. Here in the middle only, he realized that he was still having some iota of fear. Next time he went to some other lake. That is the warm lake. This time he went to warm lake and swam all alone, both sides. And here only the residue, only the iota that was remaining came there. But then he frowned him away, and then he realized that now his fear was gone, and the terror that returned, that haunted him all his life until now, was finally gone, and he won over this terror. This is the brief, this is the summary of this chapter. Thank you.